Hi everyone. Happy 4/4 portal. Another eclipse is coming up. It's the 4/4 portal today. And the Aries new moon is coming up. And I don't know about you, but I'm experiencing some major lessons in being able to let go and trust God's will. And not so much that I am having trouble accepting God's will, but I think I'm just having to practice right now that balance of accepting things as they are at the same time as, accepting things as they are and accepting things as God's will, and balancing that with allowing myself to feel my feelings about the situation so that it can move through me. Like we can have acceptance about a situation and still give ourselves the space and the grace to allow the anger or the frustration or the grief of a situation to move through us. It's all about that balance. Because, like I spoke about in my last reading, we have to feel our feelings. We have to give ourselves that space to really let things move through us and do our best to become clear and quiet so that our true feelings about a situation can even be known, and listen to ourselves, give ourselves the care that we need and deserve through these transitions. Eclipse season is no joke. So I've set the intention today to open up and channel messages for anyone who finds this video, to say what you need to hear for your greatest and highest good today. Any messages that God may have for you today, to channel them through me, and especially with the intention to reach anyone who might be having a hard time with all the eclipse season stuff, with all the, Aries season can be a big shake-up. We're moving through a portal today. So there can be a lot of shaking up, and that might be bringing up a lot of really big emotions for everyone. So I set the intention to channel any messages that people who find this video may need to hear, especially anyone that's going through some tough times. Yin yoga can be really amazing for sitting with our You just saw how much I shuffled that, right? You just saw how much I was shuffling. Yin yoga can be really amazing for learning how to sit with our feelings. Incredible for opening the body up. Our body stores memories and stores emotions in our fascia, in our muscles, and getting into those yin yoga poses. Yin yoga, if you don't know, is a type of yoga practice that you hold different postures for a long period of time. Like, some poses are held for 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 2 minutes. And the idea is that, 444 on the clock as I look over on the 4-4 portal. Thank you, God. Okay, yin yoga is great, and it's great for calming the mind. Get into it. So you just saw me shuffle the shit out of my deck just now, right? Like I've mentioned before, sometimes when a card, I pull a yoga card. I pull a tarot card for myself every day as part of my daily practice. And sometimes a card will really strike me. Like whenever I get the High Priestess, I keep it out for several days and read the meaning every single day. Sometimes when the Magician comes out, I read it for several days in a row. If I get the Hermit or a really powerful Earth Alchemy card, I keep it out and read the meaning every day for several days. And the last couple days, yesterday I pulled the Six of Swords reversed, and I kept it out for myself and read it again today. And I put it back in the deck just now for this reading and shuffled the crap out of my cards, and the Six of Swords reversed just popped back up. I love tarot, man. The truth will out. The Six of Swords reversed. You may feel resistant to some of the change that is being asked of you right now. Some situations may be getting pulled what feels like violently out of your life right now. You may feel some resistance. On the other hand, this could be a very personal, private journey of spiritual growth. Could feel like this is all happening against your will. A job that has brought great stability to your life is no longer working out. Maybe you're making the best money you've ever made, but the toll this job is taking on your mental health can no longer be ignored. Maybe there's toxic situation after toxic situation happening, and you're in denial about it because you're like, well, I'm making the best money I've ever made. I've struggled with money my whole life, and now I'm finally financially secure. But thing after thing after thing is smacking you in the face and saying, get out, get out, get out. And because of the benefits that you're getting, you're trying to ignore the clear signs that this is no longer safe for you. Maybe you're thinking, oh my God, I'm finally with this extremely attractive person, and they're such a trophy that I can show off to everyone, but they're treating you like crap, and they're rude, and they don't listen to you, but God, they're so beautiful, and everyone's so jealous of me. And, you know, the common theme in these two situations that I just outlined is that the benefits that you're getting from these situations are very egoic and worldly and flimsy. The benefits are, oh, I make a bunch of money. But, you know, I don't think any of us are going to be on our deathbed wishing that we made more money. Especially if you work in a certain type of setup where you're on a lower rung and you're busting your ass and you're working your fingers to the bone, making money for people who are higher up than you, who don't care if you live or die and wouldn't even go to your funeral. You know, sometimes I have to put that perspective on things in my life. It's like, I don't want to reach my deathbed and look back and think, God, I wish I hadn't wasted so much time in this situation that I knew wasn't right for me. That's another way to put that is to like keep it, clear things down to their essence. And I think thinking of things in terms of a deathbed is a very boiling things down to their essence. It's like, yeah, Six of Swords is resisting change. There's only so much you can resist before things are ripped out of your hands forcibly. And then because you spent so long not accepting this change that needed to happen, you didn't prepare for no longer having it in your life. So say we go with the job example. You're busting your ass for this job, toxic situation after toxic situation is happening, but you remain in denial because you're making such great money. And then one day the place gets shut down and you're left on your ass with no money and no job and no nothing because you didn't prepare for this situation to end. You know, you stay with this gorgeous arm candy person, ignoring all the toxic things about them until one day you get in a real bad fight and they kill you. So do your best to release resistance around the things that are leaving your life. It's not as easy as it sounds, but sometimes it's all about just sometimes it's a lot easier than you think. It's just kind of a perspective shift. Six of Swords reverse can also mean that you're going through a deeply private, spiritual enlightenment, ascension journey. This is for you. You don't need to share it with anybody else. It's beautiful. I can't believe that I put this back in the deck, shuffled it up, and it came out again. Wanted to be heard. Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, this could be really throwing you into an emotional tailspin. Maybe some of you just broke up with a Cancer. Astrologically or metaphorically. Yeah. again, allow yourself to feel your feelings about all this. Allow yourself to let these emotions move through you, because they're not going anywhere anyways. Yeah, the Lover's reverse. Wow. Yeah, this is deep union with yourself. This is another breakup energy also. This is paths diverging. You could feel really unloved and alone at this time, but we all have so many beautiful people available to us. And if you're a person who's had a hard time maintaining relationships or maintaining friendships or getting friendships in the past, I mean, I very much encourage you to seek out communities that feel healthy and authentic to you, because I'm a big fan of solitude. I need a lot of solitude in my life, but human beings are relational creatures. We need people. And if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a divorce, if your job is no longer working out, you know, things aren't going the way you planned, it feels like a lot of shit is being shaken out of your life right now, do your best to get some support around you. Grief support groups, church, temple, whatever holy gatherings happen in your particular faith. I feel called to say, like, sometimes it's hard for me to cry when I'm on my own. Like, I spend a lot of time alone, and sometimes it's hard for me to cry about the things that I feel I need to cry about. And what helps me do that, you know, with my therapist, I find it really easy to open up and cry, or with the different communities that I'm a part of, it's easier to cry around them. And yesterday, a really sad song enabled me to cry. So I'm getting the message for somebody that maybe if you don't have people available to you right now and you feel emotionally blocked, like, listen to a really sad song. And maybe that will get the energy moving and allow you to cry. Crying is so healing. Can really get that stuck energy moving. Damn, we got a lot of reversals today. The Hierophant reversed. Yeah, this is making your own rules. With all of these situations that are exiting your life, you may feel like it's time for a new way of thinking, a new shift in your belief system. The Hierophant reverse calls on you to make your own path. The Hierophant upright is following tradition, religion, going by set rules and culture and traditions, and kind of following what already exists. Having, you know, spiritual mentors and, like, you know, following sets of rules and ways of doing things that already exist. The Hierophant reverse calls on you to forge your own path. Maybe you want your spiritual life to encompass principles from multiple different religions, multiple different spiritual belief systems. Maybe now that this job didn't work out or your relationship didn't work out, you now have, what's beautiful about that is that you now have the freedom to choose where your path goes next. That's a real light, happy energy there. You now are being given the opportunity to take the reins and say, well, okay, I lost control over these situations. I accept this. I let the emotions and the grief of this move through me, and now it's time to operate my life on my terms. How nice. Eclipse season is not a joke. These portals can be really shaking up too. But look to this energy of like, wow, this is freedom. There's a freedom in losing everything. There's a freedom in accepting that things aren't going the way you thought they would. What other choice do we have but to accept things the way they are? Almost everything is reversed. So we got the Death reversed, 5 of Cups upright, and the 10 of Wands reversed. Shoo. This feels like you're becoming a whole new person. Spiritual death. Dying of old belief systems. This is also resistance to change energy again. So really get down and dirty with yourself and ask yourself why it's so hard for you to let go of these things. Maybe you're a person who has done things a certain way your entire life, and it feels like an ego death to step out into the unknown. You're experiencing a lot of grief around the things that are happening right now. You feel tired. You're tired of carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and God is asking you to let go. There's so much resistance in these cards. There's so much grief. This is big eclipse season energy. It might feel like the rug is being pulled swiftly out from under you. And that can cause a lot of shaking up energy. Believe me, I'm speaking from my own personal experience of this eclipse energy right now. Trust me. So death is 10. Death is 13. That's a 4, followed by the 5 of Cups. So this is like, okay, these things are passing through me. Hopefully you can open up and allow and accept these changes so that you can feel the grief move through you, and then you get the relief of the 10 of Wands reversed. And the relief and the freedom of the Hierophant reversed, where you can now forge your own path and make the decisions of where your life is going to go. You know, when you've got nothing left to lose, there's so much freedom in that. Look to things that help ground you. Even if you gotta Google grounding techniques, grounding foods, grounding meditation, yoga, because This is a lot of change. This is a lot of resistance to change, and you're coming out of that resistance to accept and allow these things to move through you. You're going to need some grounding. You're going to need some grounding through this. Again, yin yoga is a great way to open up and ground. Meditations, I'm sure there's countless grounding meditations out there available to you. Grounding foods. The mind is the body and the body is the mind. So if we help our bodies to ground, maybe you need to start cutting back on caffeine, hydrating more, resting more, the basics, man. Take care of yourself through this. This is very, this is a time of a lot of shaking up and losing things. Open up and be honest with people about where you're at. Because I'm sure you're not the only one that's going through this. I'm going to wrap up with a card from the Earth Alchemy Oracle deck. I'm obsessed with this deck. It is crystals paired with plants and flowers. It's by Katie Jane Wright with this gorgeous artwork by Nikki Strange. Just look at these cards. If you've watched my videos before, you know how obsessed with this deck I am. When I first opened this, I got this almost 2 years ago. When I first opened this deck, I cried because it was so beautiful and just, it's so high vibe, and the meanings always make me cry. They don't always make me cry. I meant that they always lift me up. Maybe that's a Freudian slip for someone that needs to cry right now. I encourage you to... 1,000 cards fell out, but one flipped over. So we're going to read that one. You would think that having inch-long nails would help you with some stuff, but it really makes most things more difficult. Garnet and still worth it though. Garnet and Lady's Mantle, womb healing, sexual power and sovereignty. Look at that. I like the energy of this bird. That's freedom. There's a lot of freedom energy in this reading. You know, like I said in the last reading, the perspective that we hold about things is so powerful. If you look at this time like, oh my God, everything's getting ripped away from me. Oh my God, this is so hard. Oh my God, there's so much grief. That's how it's going to be for you. If you look at this time with the perspective of like, wow, this is God's will for me. And someday I'll understand. Maybe sooner than I could ever imagine, I'll understand why this is all happening. And wow, there's so much freedom in this. Now I have this new path to take. Perspective that we hold is very powerful. To work with garnet is to gain instant access to your womb space. Its grounded energy brings heart energy through the womb and shows you the vastness of life inside you. It is the portal to a cosmic landscape and is much vaster than we are led to believe. It holds access to the cosmic mother's womb space and the void, where you could be feeling like you're in the void right now. Depending on the way you look at the void, it could be empty blackness and horror, or it could be absolute freedom. It is here Garnet's energy wishes to sit and speak to you. We are co-creators of life. There are many elements that come together to bring life, whether it is physical life in the form of a baby or creative ideas and endeavors. You are not alone in this. We must look closely at the masculine-feminine balance within you. I am here to activate your womb with Earth's magnetic currents because to bring new life and ideas forward, we must work on the balance of sexual energy within us. You are a powerful primal being. Over time, your sexuality may have taken a back seat, been manipulated or held by someone else. It is now the time to reclaim your sacred sexuality, to claim your fire and power back, taking this situation into your own hands, your womb codes. It is time to sit in a peaceful balance within the womb, talking to your Shakti, your Kundalini energy. Kundalini is a great type of yoga to do for moving energy. I am not about heightening and activating it. I am about healing it, to bring nurturing, motherly love to the masculine and feminine aspects of you. I bring a balance to your sexual energy. I revitalize and purify the currents swirling around the base of your spine that connect in with the space where your mother flame and Kundalini energy sit. Lady's mantle. Her energy is much more delicate and sweeter than Garnet, but she complements its healing message. She brings such a generous spirit. She just wishes to give. In folklore, she is known by her Latin name, Alchemilla, which translates as alchemia, which translates as little alchemist or little magical one. This is the energy she offers. A young little voice, but very knowing of plant remedies and formulas. She is a plant to sit with if you wish to understand more about other plants. This sounds bizarre, but she is a wealth of information on others. She observes and I feel like I can't read right now. She observes and feels and offers knowledge. A watcher of the plant world, she is a close friend of the birds. The kingfisher is a symbol of positivity and joy, wanting you to let go of past hurts and face your emotions in their bird song. Did I not just say listen to a song so you can let your energy move through you? Maybe this is also giving to me like earthing. Get into nature. Put your feet in the soil. Nature is constantly dying and being reborn. In this deck, and we are part of nature, so we are constantly dying and being reborn. Don't resist it. In this deck, she finds her place nestled in the womb space. She brings slowness and tenderness to your womb space and heart. Known as a woman's herb, she helps a wide range of gynecological problems, painful periods, fibroids, infections, endometriosis, infertility, hot flushes, and postpartum disorders. It is energetically that she wishes to work through your womb to nurture fertile soil in the uterus. She speaks to the female reproductive organs, the uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. This is her gift and her offering to you. She wishes to bring vitality, healing, and nurturing. Call her energy to you and grow Lady's mantle in your womb space. Her gentle energy comes in, rejuvenating and renewing the space once you have worked with Garnet to reclaim and rebalance. So this feels like it was definitely meant for someone out there. Maybe you're dealing with reclaiming your spiritual or sexual energy, but there's a lot of this reading incorporated in that message. Be sweet to yourself. Like I said, we are part of nature. Nature is constantly dying, revitalizing itself, and being reborn as something new. Don't fight the cycles of life and death. welcome it. This is a beautiful opportunity to remake your life in any way that you see fit. So revel in it. Spring, we're being reborn. But maybe before spring really gets going, you're being asked to die. So don't fight it. Ground, nurture yourself, surround yourself with nurturing people and energies and plants and food, and hydrate yourself, rest. Give your body what it needs, and your mind will have what it needs. I'm sending you all so much love and peace. See you next time.